Stephonatis TV, we back with a Nolan Wells update. This is going to be considered the 2026 Mississippi Massacre. Because the way these white boys and these judges and these families are going about trying to cover up this situation with Nolan Wells is getting way out of hand. Come to find out, the judge is known for covering up plenty different other situations. Found out there was a story when a young lady was scared of her husband and went to the judge, one of these boys' mother, and asked could she switch the meeting destination because she felt that her husband may unalive her or harm her. Judge says no. Lady meets up with her husband at Dollar General. Boom, unalived. So, with that being said, we're just going to go ahead and start this video right here that I found out by Taylor's House Publishing. It popped up and I felt like this was a pretty good video for everybody that hasn't seen or know about what's going on, because man, they got the phone calls now. They got phone calls, they got GPS records, and come to find out it was 2 other boats. So these boys was out there on 3 different boats, and only one of them was reported that they was on to come back. Something's fishy about that. So we're going to see what these folks have to say and watch how they put themselves down the drain with the new Mississippi Massacre 2026.
Can I help you?
Hey, we're at the
How can I help you?
we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praises to the Most High. And what you just heard was the audio call of Warren Hudson calling into Cito saying that the boat was sinking. And when asked, how much water is coming in, he said, well, I don't know. We're just sinking. And why is that significant? Because he seems a little bit too calm to be sinking at that point.
That's exactly what I was thinking. For you to be in the ocean and you to be like, oh, I don't know, we're just sinking. Boy, you better know how much water, how fast it's coming in, because you're going to be going in the water. He wasn't too worried. So to me, it seems like he's a little bit too comfortable, or maybe they've done this before.
Now, this photo was just released by attorney Ben Crump via another outlet where the photo was posted. And this picture allegedly shows Nolan Wells on the sinking boat. And if you see where I have circled, you see what appears to be a female and also a leg hanging off the boat, which is assumed to be Nolan's because that leg is black. And if you analyze the picture, you see about 7 people on the boat. And if you recall in that audio, which I'm going to play for you in its entirety, he says at one point there's about 7 people on the boat. Now, I'm going to play this call, the entire call, before I show you what Warren Hudson told this officer, Sambo, Uncle Ruckus Tatum, about this experience with the boat sinking. But just listen to this call and see if you can hear a sense of urgency. But also, right when the calls started, you can hear someone saying, "Get thee off the boat." And I'm going to stop it when it says that. But just listen to this call once again, and you can examine the picture yourself while the call, please.
How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
So right there, if you heard, you can
the
hear
background.
actually someone say, get out, get the F out. And it almost seems like a splashing sound in the water. Just take one more listen to that part, and then we're going to play the video once again in its entirety.
How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd
Hello?
you say? Hey,
Is the
Crazy.
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
it's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't
All
have
right,
the tag on
unless you
here.
have a
It got ripped
membership
off.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
That right there is wild. You can literally hear him say, "Get the boat." Then hear the crashing sound, like the. That's wild.
All right, and is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many?
board.
She had to ask, "Is everybody still on the boat and good health?" She heard them say that. She heard it, but she tried to play it off to keep everybody calm, to try to keep it kosher. She heard it, so the first intuition was to say, "Is everybody still on the boat?"
All right, do you need the United States Coast Guard?
And you see right there where it said how many, they skipped over that part, but it is reported that he said 7 people on the boat. And you have to ask yourself, why did they skip over that part?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right, do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
If not, I can send you a text message.
Once again, he seems pretty calm now after that splash that happened.
North. All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm available.
North 30 degrees by 46.72.
All right, 4672. All right, and you were breaking up a little bit. Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear me?
And then you hear the commotion in the background.
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up. If you need assistance, do you have a VHF radio?
Yeah, we do not have the VHF radio.
All right, well, let's try to get you going
Sounds kind of irritated, doesn't he? Rather than panicked.
because you don't have good cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684
That's pure attitude.
north. And then
Now he sounds a little aggressive, if not angry.
west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
Right, looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yes.
All right, is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We were sinking, yes.
How can I help you?
But she said
Okay, so
she said, "You're on Horn Island." He's like, "Yeah, we are." But she said you were sinking. So which one is it? Are y'all on the boat? Or are y'all on Horn Island?
there is what I could find of that call. And part of it was redacted, but you can clearly hear some commotion in the background. If you have to listen to it again, please do. Somebody says, get off the effing boat. And then you hear a splash. Now, could this be the exact moment where Nolan is being tossed over the edge of the boat? Or, as someone put it, could a rope been tied around his neck and him being dragged by the boat? Now, listen, once again, you heard them call for a tow from the Sea-Tow Towing Company, but the Sea-Tow Towing Company said they never responded because they received the call and said help was already on the way. And it is my perception from, once again, the shroud of secrecy that is overwhelming with this case is maybe that call for the Sea-Tow was the alibi-ish attempt of these guys to say, okay, well, yeah, if we're sinking and we get rid of Nolan, we could just say, well, we were sinking and, you know, he sunk and, you know, we all survived. Wow. Right. But apparently they didn't think it out well enough and then had to resort to method 2, which was taking his phone, possibly concealing a death and riding him around the island until they found a place to dump his body. I don't know. That is just my speculation. But let's listen to what Warren told the officer, Ruckus, Tatum, Clayton, Bixby, Sambo. Just listen to him. And
you know, this is really crazy because I saw the footage of Nolan on the beach at night. So this footage right here shows the sun is still up. By the time he was on the beach, it was at night and he was barely moving.
And see how descriptive he get when he says the boat was sinking.
Right.
You got your brother out of that situation, and then how did you find out that this boat is sinking?
Well, I walk back over, and like we're probably around each other for a little bit. I mean, you know, I wasn't thinking anything about it. I told my brother, I pulled my brother off the beach, and I was just like, listen, get in the water, hang out with us, calm down. I mean, he was calm, but I didn't want anything else to happen, you know? And
so they did have an altercation. Okay, he said he didn't want anything else to happen.
So once I got back over the boat, I got on the Triton, and the Triton had probably about 6 inches of water up to the transom. And I was freaked out because I'm good friends with Wyatt, and that was his boat. And you know, no water's coming out, no access water's coming out. And, you know, it was a big issue because I think the reason was because there were so many people getting on and off the boat. And at some point the boat was very, very crowded and there was just a lot of people on. So that it drags water in. And eventually I think over time we were out there for a couple hours. The boat just started filling up with water. So I popped the starboard side hatch, and the battery was completely underwater.
See, he's getting very detailed about this, right?
And so the motor wouldn't trim down. I mean, my buddy would go to trim it down from the console, and it'd trim down, and then it'd come right back up. And so Wyatt's trying to throw a rear anchor, so we're caught, and he's, you know, yelling at people. Everybody's kind of freaking out. And eventually I'm like yelling at other people, trying to tell them, you know, calm down. Like, you know, the boat could possibly sink, you know. And
you could tell that he's kind of rehearsed the story, but he really doesn't know what to say.
I'm not paying attention to everyone around me. I was paying attention to my buddy's boat. And that's.
The boat was small, as y'all can see. And for him to say he's not paying attention to anything, just his buddy's boat, it's no way that you can't see what's going on or what's being said. It's a small radius. That boat is small, like no bigger than your bedroom, really. So it's no way you don't know what's going inside your box.
That's what all my other friends that were on that boat were doing, trying to solve the problem.
So you're on the boat now. The water is getting up to the point where the boat may be disabled to where you couldn't get it out. Correct. From harm.
Then he said, try to solve the problem. You know, with boats, it's only a few options you have with solving the problem. You got to lighten up the boat. You got to get the weight off. That means stuff got to go overboard. And if you don't have stuff to go overboard, you know, the next thing that goes overboard are people.
Correct. Horn Island. So what happens after that?
Wyatt jumps to the water, tries to throw a rear anchor, and my buddy Meyer, you're sitting looking, trying to pull trash out the bilge. And the bilge is basically a pump that pulls your...
See, now he goes into describing the bilge. He didn't ask you what a bilge does. See, this is, you ever seen somebody in a police interrogation who tries to keep talking about stuff that doesn't matter what to the situation, to the direct question? This is what he's doing right now.
The water, the access water out the boat. So the bilge was failing to work. So any excess water was just sitting in the boat. It wasn't getting pumped out. And I looked over the gunnel and I looked at the release hole for the bilge, and it was even with the water. So, I mean, we're all freaking out. All of our, we're not focused on anything else other than the boat. Well, then eventually my buddy Bart on the tide line is like, I'm going to pull y'all out to where we're out of all this, all this chaos. Cause we left at 4:30 and there were still just as many people there, if not more than when we got there. I mean, probably around the same amount. I mean, it was crazy. Like there was a lot of people. And, I mean, eventually Bart pulls us out. We left at 4:30, but we really weren't pulled out away from everybody.
See, he said, well, my buddy pulled us out, but we left at 4:30. You understand? He keeps saying that 4:30 thing.
We were probably about a quarter mile out, and we had the towing strap pulled from, Bart's port side cleat or starboard side cleat, and he was on our starboard side bow. And so it was rubbing on his power pole. So Bart turned around, pulled up next to our boat, and we were just trying to get it situated. So that's when Wyatt called CETO. And Wyatt was like, calls him, because the cell service isn't great at the island, but once
see, that's where he goes again. I'm gonna just stop it right there, because he's kind of getting technical about nothing about the boat sinking, right? Well, the boat and the bilge of how a bilge works is, and then so many people were getting on it. It was 4:30, and because man, it was a lot of people out there. Those things that is the story that you continue to say when you're trying not to explain what you can't explain. And so, back to the picture again. This is, in my opinion, if you look closely, there's a leg hanging over the boat. Definitely, and it could be the point at which our brother Nolan was about to be thrown over. Now, you see, somebody said it looks like the white girl. You definitely see a white girl possibly straddling him. And, at one point, the guy did say, well, the last time I saw Nolan, he had a girl in his arms and he was, had his arms around her and he was laughing. But you can clearly see 7 bodies on that boat.
Literally can see the 7 bodies.
Kicking dirt on him. Well.
Okay. So before I show y'all this, I would consider this as being graphic for the situation at hand. This is allegedly Nolan back at the beach. Mind you, they said they got back to the beach. There's a lot of people there. It was already 4:30. Some areas sun go down early. Blah, blah, blah. It could have been dark already by 6. I'm not sure the specific time they were supposed to be on the island, allegedly. But this is somebody's phone. They're out here recording the situation.
On Horns Island in the sand with people, taking pictures, kicking dirt on him. Looks like he's, struggling for his life. And, many people have seen this video, and I decided to analyze the video and put it out here for, the audience to see. And yesterday I showed that picture right there, which is debatable on who that is. But as you see, there are several people in this video filming, taking pictures all around. Somebody black in the sand. Peace and blessings.
So I wanted to show y'all that part because this is really becoming the Mississippi Massacre. And they are continuously trying to cover up the situation. The judges and the police officers are known in the area for doing cover-ups. This is basically like a sundown town. If you know what sundown towns are, like for certain people, when the sun goes down, your life is in danger. So, you know, you got to definitely, you know, think about the areas that you're going to, do your research. If you got kids, you might do background checks on the parents too, on their friends and the parents, because you know the kids are some of these elites, you know, they have a different game that they're playing, and we are the pawns in the game or whatever that's going on, you know. So you got to be real careful. You got to be smart. You got to move smooth.
And then that is once again a still picture of that video where, you know, you see a person clearly stepping on someone. And there you see, I guess, a screenshot from the clip. Does anybody notice who has that chain on? And another clip of someone, you know, taking that picture.
And this picture, if you look at the hairline, then look at this this photo right here. Well, at the top picture of the videos, that's kind of, you can see that that's kind of back. That's kind of could be him.
And this is Horn Island, which definitely looks like the basis for those pictures.
True.
And here's another picture. So this is Horn Island. That definitely looks like the sand in those photos. And that is the guy. Does that look like the meth looking guy who's going on all of those tours with Officer Tatum? So with, once again, all of the shrouded secrecy regarding, you know, who he was with, who was on the island, they said, well, more than 60 people have turned in photos and videos. Out of all those 60 people, none of those videos leaked, or is this one of those leaked videos?
I'm gonna go with that's definitely one of the leaked videos. So this is the update on the Nolan Wells situation, and this is getting out of hand. The Mississippi Massacre. This is literally the modern day Mississippi Massacre. And
if you woke up late, get your ass up and go to work. The fuck? You can't blame nobody for that.
And these people are getting out of hand and trying not to have no accountability for their actions. So this game that they're playing is not okay. I found more before we end this. This is another phone call.
Connected.
CISO Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and hello.
This is, I just wanted y'all to hear. This is, that was more clear.
Going on. So
Right.
he said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18. And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24-footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat. And he said that Jerry. Yeah, he said,
okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back. So I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. So they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah, they're in a panic. He's saying the bilge is not keeping up. I asked for Coast Guard. He said no, but he's just really upset on the back end. And, I get it. It's a kid. He just doesn't understand.
Okay. Do you still have him on the line?
Yes, I still have him on the line. And again, I couldn't find, he couldn't give me anything regarding his grandfather's, membership, so it's just under Jerry fee for service.
Okay. All right. I just talked to, if you want to, we're so tied up right now. We can't really do any non-member jobs right now.
Is Jerry a member? Did you find out if he was a member or not?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's his boat or what. I'm not sure what's going on with it. Transfer the kid over. I'll talk to him, and then I'll call his grandpa back as well.
All right. And did you want me to look up Jerry's membership number or anything like that to see if he's up? I know you guys are.
You can try the cell phone number.
Official
yes, sir.
Girl Hill.
Anything on his phone number?
This was the second part of the phone call I wanted y'all to hear.
All right. Yep. Jerry. Yeah, he's an active member. Hold on.
What kind of boat do you have on there? Same boat?
Yeah, he's one of your members. Yep, 22-foot Triton. All right. I'll just disregard this one. I'm gonna send you over an accurate one under this Jerry Ackerson one. Okay, he's one of your members. You'll get in a couple minutes. Okay.
Okay, perfect. All right, and just transfer this kid over whenever you get a chance.
All right, transfer him now. Thank you again, Captain. Stay safe out there. It's crazy. Have a drink.
Oh, it's wild. All righty, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Official That Girl Hill.
As you can see, they was in a panic. And
Official That
they were definitely.
Hello? Hello? Are you there?
Official
I apologize. I will be disconnecting due to lack of response.
Yeah. So, that was the second part. Oh, it's about to start over. See, that was the second part of the phone call when the dispatch was calling the tow company, and the tow company said that they talked to him a little bit, but he said go ahead and he was willing to talk to him to see what was going on, and he did talk to him and said that they was trying to cancel it or whatever. So it's a lot of they really put themselves down the drain with all that calling around and stuff. So as y'all can see, it's a lot of misleading things going on. Hopefully find out the truth, and the truth will come out soon. I'm gonna keep y'all updated, and stay safe out here. Stephonatis TV, we out.